Hello students, in our today's video we are going to start new topic posterior deformities in chapter of children and women in sports. In this chapter we will discuss posterior deformities and causes of posterior deformities. Now first we will start with posture. Start with posture. Comes from Latin word which means to put or place. Refers to position of body of an individual while someone is sitting, standing, walking, sleeping. These are the places we can correct our posture. Now let's see the correct posture. The balancing of body in a proper manner while sitting, standing, reading or any other action of body is known as good posture. In a correct posture, whole body weight falls equally on both feet without any effort. Now let's see the advantages of correct posture. Increase self-confidence, help in social development, develop physical fitness, less use of energy, prevents from back pain, and attractive physical appearance. Let's see the bad posture. Complete opposite of correct posture, like decrease self-confidence, decrease physical fitness. These are the bad posture. Now start with causes of bad posture. First one is occupation. Second, high body weight, lack of awareness, improper dress means tight clothes, heels. These are the improper dress. Now let's start with lordosis. Lumbar lordosis is the inward curve of lumbar spine in the lower back. A small degree of lordosis is normal. The spine in the neck also has lordosis. In normal lumbar, lordosis is not painful. But if the posture of the person appears to be abnormal, inward curve, they may experience back pain. Now let's see the sign and symptoms of lordosis. Appearance of being swayback or abnormal posture with arched lower spine. Buttocks appearing more pronounced. Having a large gap or arch between lower back and a flat surface when laying on your back. Discomfort or back pain. Difficulty in moving in certain direction. Some people may develop nerve problem. Let's see the causes of this deformity. Not getting balanced diet, more food than required, women giving birth to many children, habit formation during growing period. Now let's see the causes of lumbar lordosis. First one is bad posture, previous spine surgery, pelvis or hip injury, genetics, other spine disorder. Causes lumbar lordosis in women during pregnancy. Lumbar lordosis in pregnancy is due to spine adjusting itself to center of gravity as the pregnancy. Weight gain, cause of abnormal enlargement. It may shift again after the woman deliver the baby. Now let's see the causes of lumbar lordosis. First one is bad posture, previous spine surgery, pelvis or hip injury, genetics, other spine disorder. Causes lumbar lordosis in women during pregnancy. Lumbar lordosis in pregnancy is due to spine adjusting itself to center of gravity as the pregnancy, weight gain, cause of abnormal enlargement. It may shift again after the woman deliver the baby. Let's see the treatment or surgery are used for lordosis. Mild form of lordosis may require little or no treatments. Children can sometimes outgrow the problems. These treatments may help to fix, correct or reverse to cause strengthening or lumbar lordosis. We can use pain medicine, daily exercise or physical therapy. We can use our weight, precaution of supplement like vitamin D or surgery. These are the treatments of lordosis. Now let's see the remedies of lordosis. Toe touching at least 10 times. Sit-ups regularly. Lie down. Raise head, legs together. These are the remedies of decrease lordosis. Let's see flat foot. If you look at an adult foot from the inside, you will usually notice an upward curve in the middle. This is called an arch tendon. Tight bands that attach at the heel and foot bones from the arch. Several tendons in your foot and lower leg works together to form the arch in your foot. When the tendons all pull the proper out, then your foot forms a moderate normal arch. When a tendon do not pull together properly, this is little or no arch. This is called flat foot or Phelan arch. Let's see the test yourself for flat foot. You can easily test yourself to see if you might have Phelan arch or flat foot. Get your feet wet. Stand on a flat surface where your footprint will show. Stop away and look at the prints. If you see complete imprints of the bottom of your feet on the surface, then you will likely to have flat foot. Many young children have flat foot. A condition refers to as flexible flat foot. When the children stand, the foot looks flat. But when the child raises to his or her toes, a slight arch appears in most cases. Children grow older, the arch develops. Now let's see the causes of flat foot. Flat feet in adults can range from a variety of causes. Continue reading below your mic light. Abnormality that is present from birth. Stress or turn tendons. Damage or inflammation of the posterior tibial tendon means problem in tendons which connect from your lower leg along your ankle to the middle of the arch. broken or dislocated bones, some health conditions such arthritis, obesity, diabetes, aging, pregnancy. These are the causes of flat foot. Now let's see the symptoms of flat feet. Many people have flat feet and notice no problems and require no treatment. But others may experience two following symptoms. Feet tire easily, painful or arched feet, especially in the areas of the arch and heels. The inside bottoms of your feet become swollen. Foot movement such as standing on your toes is difficult. Back and leg pain. These are the symptoms of flat foot. Now let's see the diagnosis of flat foot. Checking your health history for evidence of illness or injury that could be linked to flat foot or fallen arch. Looking at the soles of your shoes for unusual wear patterns. Observing the feet and legs as you tense and do simple movements as raising up your feet or toes. Testing the strength of muscles and tendons, including other tendons in the feet and legs, such as the arch tendon or the posterior tibial tendon. Taking X-ray or an MRI of your feet. These are the diagnosing flat foot or fallen arch. Let's see the treatment of flat foot. Treatment for flat foot is fallen arch depends on the severity and causes of problem. If flat foot cause no pain or other difficulties, then treatment is probably not needed. In other causes, doctor may suggest one or more these treatments. The first treatment is rest and ice to pain and reduce swelling. Stretching exercise is most important if you want to reduce flat foot. Pain relief medicines such as non-steroid anti-inflammations, physical therapy, orthotic devices, shoes modification, branches or casts, injected medications to reduce inflammation such as corticosteroids. If pain or foot damage is severe, the doctor may recommend surgery. Procedure may include fusing foot or ankle bones together, removing bones and bony growths, cutting or changing the shape of the bone, cleaning the tendons, protective coverings. These are the treatments of flat foot. Let's see some home remedies for flat foot or fallen arch. There are home remedies for prevent or manage pain from fallen arch or flat foot. Wear footwear or shoe inserts that the appropriate of your activity. When pain occurs, try at home treatment or rest. Ice and over the counter non-steroid anti-inflammation. Talk to your doctor first if you take any other medicine or have any medical problems. Ask your doctor or a physical therapist to show your stretch that can prepare you for feet intensive activities. Limit or treat risk factor that can make fallen arch or flat foot worse, such as diabetes, high blood pressure, and obesity. Avoid activity that put active stress on your feet, such as running on roads. Avoid high impact sports such as basketball, hockey, soccer, and tennis. Know when to get help. The pain is served or interferes with activities. It's time to see the doctor for a through exam and treatment. These are the home remedies of flat foot.